Hi there, folks. I said I was going to come back to you regarding comparing. Got fans going off everywhere. Regarding comparing University of Idaho. Well, not University of Idaho, really. I had said Moscow with a town of a comparable, I mean, it's called a city, isn't it? It's a bit small for a city. I'd say a town of a comparable size. What makes a city in the USA, I'm wondering? Because in the UK, it's a cathedral that means that a city is a city. As far as well, it was traditionally, unless that's changed, I don't know. So I wonder what it is in the USA, why some, like what I would call a town is called a city. Anyway, I digress, just for a change. So I was going to compare, and then on looking at like finding places with different universities, college towns, basically, I discovered that there is a report called a Clery report. Oh, just trying to stop that slamming then. Bit windy. There's a report called a Clery report, which is required due to the Clery Act that you can see here. And that is required by colleges and universities to give crime statistics. And so the reports that I was finding were Clery reports. So I looked for the Idaho, University of Idaho Clery report. Now, I've just realised that the one that I pulled down is the 2022. Really hard to find statistics on 2022 in any of these Clery reports. Can only find 2021. Some I can only find as far as 2020. Hang on. Let me find. I think that's the 2021 one. So just so that I'm comparing like for like, okay? So let's move it down. Where was it? There. Okay. Right. So, in 2021, in the police report, just give me a moment. There it is. Right. So, we have 0 murder, 0 negligent manslaughter, 0 justifiable homicide. 0, this is the important thing I'm really looking at. The things I'm really looking at are basically sexual assault, rape, burglary. I mean, obviously murder, but there's very few of those. And was there something else? Stalking, which is not in the, I would imagine, because I think these Clery reports require specific things to be tracked, specific crimes to be tracked, whereas the police report does not have stalking in it. Okay, so we've got 0 rapes, we've got 78 burglaries. I just want to compare it with what the college one says, because you would think that these things would then get reported to the police, so they'd be in the police figures, yeah? Simple assault, 95, 2 intimidation. Yeah, the 3 kidnappings, that's bizarre. I've tried Googling that, I'm not getting anywhere with it. Anybody else can find anything out about that, I'd be interested to know. So, sexual assault with an object. Why is it that specific? 0. Fondling, 0. Incest, 0. Statutory rape, 0. I'm sure they're missing out a category there, which would just be sexual assault, wouldn't it? But then would they put that under fondling? How strange. Okay, so they're much bigger, these reports. They're all like 100 pages. Okay, here we go. Moscow, 2021, 6 rapes that are not listed in the police report. Wouldn't those have been reported to police then? What the hell? Aggravated assault 1, burglary 4. So this is anything that's happening on campus, isn't it? Domestic violence, 5 episodes of domestic violence. And I'm pretty sure they say no domestic violence here. Can you even see domestic violence on there? I think it's on the other side. It's in over here. Am I just missing it? Where is it? I can't actually see a category for it. I thought I had read one, but the nearest thing to it seems to be family offences non-violent. I could have sworn I'd read domestic violence because I thought I'd commented on it. No. I remember saying something about domestic incidents. Right, well, I can't see it there. Okay, so 5 says no dating violence, but 5 cases of stalking. 49 liquor law violation arrests. Now, what did that one say about? Did they class them as arrests? Liquor law violations, 126. So, priorities. So why weren't these, presumably, why weren't these 6 rapes reported to the police? And what about stalking? Like, how are they categorising that? What about domestic violence? I mean, I couldn't, like, am I missing it? I couldn't see it there. Drug law violations. See, if you're wasting all your time on chasing something that's always going to be there, that it's always going to be there, like they did it before in the 90s and the 80s, like it's just like a game of cops and robbers. It's not going to stop people. It's just going to move them to another place or doing it another way. It's but all they care about is their own patch, I suppose. But okay. So this is a bit strange, isn't it, that they're not being reported to the police and that stalking doesn't seem to be even in. I mean, can it be reported as a crime? Well, because it's not within the categories that are given here. I mean, presumably it would be in all other offences, but you'd need to be able to see that, wouldn't you? You'd need it in its own category so that it can be tracked. I just cannot see that domestic violence one. Domestic. No. All right, okay, what do you think of that, folks? I think that is... Well, what the hell? I don't understand it. I don't understand why this 6 wouldn't be in the 2021 report. We haven't got the 2022 report, so we don't know. For some reason, they take ages to put these figures out, which I think is really bad. Like, how are you supposed to change things? You don't even know what happened last year. It's nearly the end. You know, we're halfway through 2023. I'm sure you could have got the figures together by now. And that's not just at this university. This seems to be all the universities. Well, not all of them. I've checked about 5 so far, and I'll do another video comparing Moscow campus with these other campuses, but this video is focusing on the fact that these rapes are not recorded in police crime statistics for some reason, or crime data rather. They're not well, they're statistics or data, maybe both, I don't know. Okay, so I'll leave you with that and let me know what you think about that. Let's go.